Hey everybody! A while back, I got a request from one of my OG subscribers for a recipe that uses prepared fish. So shout out to Goro, and I'm sorry it took so long to get to, but today I'm making a recipe that uses canned tuna that I love and make all the time. I'm doing two versions of the Korean tuna pancake called Chamchijeon that all you tuna eaters are gonna love. So let's get started. What I really like about this recipe and other recipes like this is that the basic recipe is super simple. We've just got one 5-ounce can of tuna, 1 egg, and 1 tablespoon of flour. Now apart from these, you can decide on what kind of flavors and other add-ins you want to put in here to make something that's all your own that you really like. So I'm going to be making two versions of this today, one using all Korean ingredients and another one that's right off the top of my head. The first thing I'm going to do is to drain the water off of this tuna, and I do prefer the tuna that's in one big chunk because it's easier to get a lot of the water out, but that's not necessary. Any tuna will work, and even canned salmon as well. For my Korean style, I'm going to use 1 finely chopped green onion, 2 tablespoons of finely chopped kimchi, and you can get the recipe for that on the channel, about a teaspoon of sesame oil, and I want it spicy, so I'm going to add in 1 finely chopped hot red chili. Just going to use mostly the green part today, and I will save that guy to cook into some soup or something. Don't want to carry over too much of the moisture from the kimchi. So I don't want these to be soggy. Now, let's get those right into the bowl with that tuna. And then that sesame oil, just about a teaspoon. And for this one, I'm going to use another green onion. I've got about 3 tablespoons of grated cheese and a couple of tablespoons of finely chopped jalapeños. And you could use the pickled jalapeños like this, or fresh jalapeños will work just as well. Alright, now let's finish these up. I do want some black pepper over here. And over here. And now we just add in our eggs. And the flour. And then just mix these together. Break that tuna up as fine as you want, or leave it as chunky as you want. Just get everything mixed together really well. And if you're doing this and you find there's a lot of liquid in here still, add a little bit more flour. Just until it soaks it up and it's not really runny. It's good. we're just gonna fry these up over about medium heat. Just get a little cooking oil in there to coat the bottom of the pan. Now here's a good use for that little nub of green onion I had. I'm gonna do a little test sizzle here. There we go. Just put that in the oil. And I got a good sizzle all over, so that is ready to fry. I don't want this getting too hot or these things will burn on the outside before the insides are done. So I'm gonna break these into about 4 even-ish sections. You make these as big or as small as you like, but if you go too big, they do also tend to get overcooked on the outside before the inside's done. So I'll just get my scoop of that, drop her down into the oil. Let's do 2 of each in this batch. I kind of press that down a little to make it about a 1/2 inch thick. Now, we'll get my jalapeno cheese version going here. About the same size. Just gently press them down. Oh, I didn't add any salt into that mix, so I'm going to give it a little sprinkling of salt on each of these. I probably should have just mixed in about a 1/2 teaspoon into each of those bowls. But this way is better than forgetting it entirely. Now, I'll cook these over medium heat for around 3 or 4 minutes on a side. That's been 4 minutes. Now let's flip them and see how they look. They're a little bit delicate. Oh yeah, that looks great. Whoops. Perfect. Give them a quick swish around, make sure we get that oil underneath them all the way. And give those another 4 minutes, and they'll be ready. That should just about do. Now I'll just give these the old paper towel treatment here. I'll let those cool off for a little bit, and we'll see how we did. Now let's see how we did. I'm gonna start with the all Korean version first. Check out that bite. Oh yeah. That has got a lot of my favorite flavors going on. It's got a nice spice to it from the kimchi and that red chili. The sesame oil and the green onions go really well together, and it all works really well with the tuna. And it's got a great texture, nice and crispy on the outside and really moist on the inside. Now, let's try our Southwest Chamchijeon. Oh yeah, you know what? Oh, good stuff. This one is really good too. And what it reminds me of is one of those guilty treats that you get out of a hot case at your local mini mart or gas station. And I don't mean that in the pejorative way. It's got a nice bite from the jalapenos, and the cheese actually makes the outside even crispier. Oh, that's really, really good. And of course, these go great with whatever your favorite dipping sauce is. Well, I really hope you give this recipe a try. Like I said, pick whatever your favorite flavors are and add those in there and make something that's all your own. And I know you're gonna love it. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah. one's better. Luckily, I don't have to choose.